On this PVS camera trailer system, we have an optional solar panel array to assist in the charging of the batteries. This helps keep the runtime of the engine to a minimum, preserving fuel. When you deploy this trailer, you'll want to have the solar panels pointing to the south. So when you have solar panels to the south on this trailer, let's put the drawbar east or west, depending on the ease of deployment that you have. Again, drawbar east or west, because when you tilt the solar panels, they're going to go this way. This is pointing the solar panels to the south. On this side of the trailer, we'll match the solar pivot of the other side. We'll pull the pin, hold it, and swing out the solar panel to match the angle of the first solar panel. So here we have two solar panels facing south in the proper position for maximum charging. Now that we've got the solar panels adjusted to the south, let's take a look at the Morningstar charge controller and see how well we did on adjusting the solar panels to get the most out of it. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at the meter here and see what kind of numbers we're getting for charge controlling. It's showing us voltage right now. We can also go and see various other phases of the charge, but we're looking for the sun in this. So when the sun comes up, that will tell us how many amps the solar panels are putting to the batteries. And there we go, 12, 14, 16, 18, 19. So we're bouncing around. We got a little bit of cloud cover in and out here. So on a nice sunny day, we're probably going to get over 20 amps worth of solar charging from the solar panels to the batteries. That alone is going to really assist us in the longevity of the fuel tank. The engine's not going to be running quite so much because we have the solar panels charging our batteries. Let's take a look at some of the other components that we have on this side of the PVS camera trailer. Over here we have the winch control box that also has a battery test meter and button to check the big load batteries that the cameras run off of. We'll put it over here, and there we see that it's just pegged charging. That's our solar panels charging the battery. Let's take a look on the other way, and that is the engine start battery. We have two batteries, one for the cameras and one for the engine. Over here then we have the winch control. This control will tilt the tower from the horizontal travel position up to the vertical position. That is this control. Once you have it tilted vertical, now we have the up and down switch for it, which is this control, and this will telescope or retract the tower. Over here is the engine control circuit, and this is a pretty complicated piece of equipment. In order to arm the engine, in order to get it to fire automatically, once the batteries are low, when the batteries get to 11.5 volts, the engine will automatically start, charge the batteries, and then shut off automatically until they need to be armed and charged again. In order to operate this system, we do nothing but turn that on. Now the system is waiting for the batteries to go low, and the engine will automatically start, charge the batteries for 4.5 hours, and then automatically shut down once batteries are charged. You'll see here a green auto light will illuminate that tells you that you're in the auto mode, that things are ready to go and just fire up on battery voltage only. Over here are some error codes that you might run into and see if anything happens to the engine or during the starting and charging process. These would illuminate over here. Over here we have what's called the manual switch. This is a switch if you need to start the engine right now, not waiting for the batteries to go down, but you want to get the batteries charged up right now. They might be low from sitting over the winter. You might want to get it deployed, turned on and charged before going to film a rock concert or something. So in order to operate this one, to get the engine started right now, you have the master switch on, you'll switch on this one, and then you're going to hear a buzzing sound, which is the blow plugs being charged, and that's basically going to tell you that the engine's going to start. When you hear that buzzing, that means the engine's about ready to fire. You'll see a remote crank button here, and there we go. Now we have the engine starting and the buzzer goes off, we have it going. This will run until the thing runs out of fuel. So if you don't want this running all the time, we'll basically turn that off and this will shut down in 1 minute of runtime. We're not going to wait for that 1 minute to shut down, so we're going to turn that off now. So standard alarm or standard arming of the system is just one switch. That's going to basically fire the system on batteries, and this switch is to fire it right now. A couple other things here that I want to show you on the charge controller is this one here is auxiliary 1. This is basically telling us if this auxiliary 1 light is lit that the fuel tank is out of fuel. We do not try to start the engine if the fuel tank is out of fuel. We don't want air getting into the diesel engine fuel lines, so the engine will not start if this air is on. To clear the air, there's two ways to clear the airs, especially for this one. One way is to put fuel in the fuel tank, diesel fuel that is, and that alarm will go away. Or if there's any other alarms over here for any particular reason, basically turn all of them off, and it'll take a little while for your green light to go off. There's a capacitor in this controller that holds the green light on for a little while. Might take a minute or so. Once that green light goes off and is cleared, this means this whole module's put to sleep. Basically just turn it back on, and now you're ready to go again if you had any of the errors there. It erases all the errors. Thank you for watching this video. For more videos, please go to wanco.com/videos.